The silent battle of the chosen ones is something few truly understand. On the surface, many of them appear strong, composed, and grounded. But behind closed doors, a storm is raging. These individuals are not ordinary people. They have been marked from birth with a divine calling that sets them apart from the crowd. But this calling doesn't come without a cost. In the spiritual realm, they are seen as threats to darkness, and because of this, they are often attacked the most. Their pain is not always visible, but it is deep. They carry burdens that others would crumble under. Their souls feel the weight of the world's confusion, injustice, and deception. And now, something massive has shifted. A spiritual threshold has been crossed, and the intensity of attacks has increased. Not just physical challenges or emotional pressure, but an invisible, heavy presence trying to discourage and confuse them. Many chosen ones are crying behind closed doors, not because they're weak, but because they're at the edge of a divine transformation. These tears are a spiritual release, not just of sorrow, but of energy, old identities, and invisible chains. There is a deep spiritual reason for the sudden heaviness, the increased warfare, and the unexpected betrayals happening in their lives right now. God is allowing this moment to refine them, strip away distractions, and activate a new level of awareness. The enemy senses their closeness to destiny and is doing everything to destabilize them emotionally and spiritually. But even in their most broken moments, the chosen ones are being sharpened. Their discernment is growing. They are beginning to see clearly who is truly for them and who carries hidden motives. The fake relationships are being exposed. The shallow support is being withdrawn. In this silent battle, isolation has become their classroom. Alone with their pain, they are forced to confront their deepest doubts, fears, and spiritual wounds. And in this silence, many are realizing how misunderstood they are by the people around them. They try to explain what's happening inside their spirit, but language fails. There's no earthly explanation for what they're experiencing. The loneliness, the random attacks, the emotional roller coasters, it all feels like too much. And yet, within that storm, something sacred is stirring. These internal battles are not in vain. The tears, though private, are being seen by heaven. This massive shift is not meant to break them, but to reveal something within them that even they didn't know existed. Behind the scenes of every chosen one's life is a quiet, refining process, one that often goes unnoticed by the world. In public, they may smile, lead, serve, and inspire, but in private, they are experiencing pressure that cannot be explained in natural terms. The hidden tears they cry are sacred and telling of a deeper process at work. God is refining them in secret, removing the layers of false identity, ego, and external validation that once defined them. The pain they feel is not a punishment, it's a purification. Just like gold must be melted to be shaped, they are being molded through their trials, heartbreaks, and disappointments. Every betrayal they face, every rejection, Every loss is designed not to destroy them, but to make them unshakable. In the fire of affliction, they are finding out what they truly carry. Their tears aren't just emotional reactions. They are spiritual indicators of a deeper calling pressing through the surface. When no one is watching, when no one calls, when no one understands, God is speaking the loudest. He's not just building their faith, He's building their character, their spiritual sensitivity, and their resilience. This is why the people around them don't see their growth, because it's happening underground, like roots pushing through soil in complete silence. The world sees the surface, but God works in the unseen. What looks like weakness or emotional breakdown is actually the sacred birthing of strength. These moments of isolation and sorrow are not setbacks. They are setups for elevation. In this hidden place, God is removing people, positions, habits, and even thoughts that no longer align with the identity He's revealing. It's a lonely process, but it's also a holy one. The pain is pushing them to pray differently, to think differently, to walk differently. They begin to hear God's voice more clearly, not in the noise, but in the stillness of heartbreak and surrender. Many of them are learning the difference between being strong and being spiritually mature. They are discovering that vulnerability before God is a weapon, not a weakness. The refining fire is removing the desire to please people and replacing it with the desire to obey purpose. It's making them bold in the spirit, but broken in the flesh. A paradox only the spiritually awakened can understand. The more they cry in private, the more clarity they receive. The more they are misunderstood by others, the more they become aligned with heaven's vision for their lives. God is hiding them for a reason, teaching them lessons that crowds can't comprehend. Something prophetic is unfolding in the lives of the chosen ones, and the shift is too powerful to ignore. What may appear as pain, loss, or sudden emotional intensity is actually part of a divine separation and awakening. Many of them are realizing that people they once trusted can no longer walk with them into the next season. It's not prophetic. God is removing attachments that were never meant to go the distance. Exposure is happening all around them. Hidden intentions, masked jealousy, quiet betrayal, and spiritual leeches are being uncovered in ways they didn't expect. The chosen ones are seeing clearly now, not with their natural eyes, but with spiritual discernment that's been sharpened through pain. As their eyes open, their hearts feel the sting of revelation. The ones they cried with, fought for, and trusted are being revealed for who they really are. It's heartbreaking, but necessary. This spiritual shift is calling them to move differently. What used to entertain them now feels empty. The conversations that once felt energizing now feel draining. The places they once felt comfortable now feel foreign. God is elevating their spiritual sensitivity, and with that elevation comes discomfort. They are outgrowing old environments, relationships, even versions of themselves. This isn't just change, it's transformation. The chosen ones are awakening to who they really are, and with that awakening comes an unshakable awareness that their assignment is bigger than fitting in. There's no room for pretending anymore, no space for shallow connections. Their spirit is crying for alignment, truth, and real spiritual nourishment. The world around them may not understand it, and many will criticize the changes they see. But this pain is not random. It's the labor before the birth. The pressure they're under is not meant to destroy them. It's meant to activate a deeper level of authority. They are stepping into clarity. They are stepping into purpose. And that requires the shedding of anything impure, unaligned, or manipulative. This exposure is not just happening externally, it's internal too. The chosen ones are being confronted by their own patterns, fears, and cycles. They're being invited into wholeness, into integrity, into power. The shift is so intense that it's showing up in their emotions, dreams, relationships, and even physical energy. Everything feels different because everything is being realigned. What looks like breakdown is actually breakthrough. This awakening is forcing them to trust God like never before, to release the need to control outcomes, and to surrender fully to divine timing. The ones who are crying behind closed doors are the same ones heaven is preparing to lead, speak, and walk in undeniable authority. So, if you've been feeling the weight, the tears, the emotional confusion, and the silent, spiritual battles, know this. You are not alone, and you are not broken. You are being transformed. What you're experiencing is not the end. It's the breaking open of a new beginning. God is not punishing you, He is positioning you. You're being separated, refined, exposed, and awakened because you carry something the world desperately needs. Your pain is not pointless. Your private tears are watering the seeds of purpose deep within you. Everything that's been hidden, your strength, your calling, your voices about to rise. Heaven is watching. The silence was part of the plan. The isolation was a divine appointment. Now is the time to stand up, to listen deeply, and to move in obedience. The shift has already begun, and soon the world will see what God has been building behind closed doors. The same tears that fell in secret will one day testify in public. Thank you for listening with your heart and your spirit. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to be reminded they are chosen and not forgotten. Stay grounded, stay faithful, and stay close to God. You are not here by accident. This message found you because you're part of something greater. Until next time, take care of your spirit. Thank you, and God bless you.